On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, the Chargers improved to 10-4, good buddy. They knocked the Chiefs out of the playoffs for the first time in 11 years, and the Bolts still have a legitimate shot at winning the AFC West. We break it all down for you, give you our unfiltered opinions, and we'll take your questions and comments as we celebrate together. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Palais, Josh Palais, Mario Herron will be with us shortly as we talk about the big Charger win today. They win 16-13 over the Chiefs, shut the Chiefs down in the second half, score 13 unanswered points. Big win. The Chargers, again, stay undefeated inside the AFC West. And now, Josh, because of this win and the Packers taking on the Broncos, we're all Packer fans at this moment, there's a chance that the Chargers can still win this division. But so many things to unpack today as the Chargers pulled off another fantastic win. I'd love to tell you it's the win of the year, but we've seen a couple of them already this year. We go, that was the win of the year. How important was the very first game when they knocked off the Chiefs? But then what they did on Monday, short week, they knock off the Eagles, they go to KC, and they never sweep the Chiefs. Never. And then what a crazy day. I mean, there's so many things going on right now in the NFL where the Chargers are 10-4. And as I'm talking to you, Phillip Rivers is playing at the same time. I just heard Phillip Rivers' name mentioned in our intro song. It was freaking nuts. What a day. What a day to celebrate. I'm going to start smoking this cigar. Mario, I know, is dying to be with us. It's kind of like we're a little bit late trying to wait for Mario to get through some of the Chicago traffic. But we're good to go. And we want your comments as well to celebrate, again, what was a big, big win for this Charger team.
Exciting win, right? It was one of those games where it went back and forth. It was gritty. And then, at the beginning of the game, the Chiefs scored that touchdown. And I wasn't discouraged because I know the Chargers are one of those teams that, can come back. And especially with this team right here, you never know what this Chargers team is going to bring. But I never thought the Chargers looked discouraged. I once again was not a fan of the play calling by Greg Roman, but our defense stepped up. And I think this team is dangerous because you never know what to expect. If I was a betting person, I would never bet for the Chargers or against the Chargers because you just don't know what they can bring to the table. I was really happy to see that the Chargers had two running backs in this game. There's two guys you can use moving forward. I think Vidal's definitely proven that he's worthy of getting carries. Even though Hampton looks very good, Vidal is a guy that you can give carries to. Justin Herbert, once again, gets the crap knocked out of him, but he does everything he can to get the Chargers a victory. And like I said a second ago, the Chargers defense was phenomenal.
Chargers defense, absolutely phenomenal, is right. It's incredible, right? We have heard nicknames before as the no-name defense. There have been different names that defenses have had over the years. This is basically a no-name defense. If you don't know Charger football, all right, you're just a casual fan, but you look across the standings and go, hey, the playoffs are going to start in about a month. Who do I need to look out for? And you look at the Chargers and go, we'll start naming some guys on that defense. Most people just say Khalil Mack. I mean, everybody knows the name Khalil Mack across the NFL, but there's so many players on this team that have stepped up. Jesse Minter's job as far as defensive coordinator and putting these guys in the right position has been outstanding. The entire season, he's just done a great job. He did a great job the first year. The only time I think we really complained was the Giants game. But overall, to go against Patrick Mahomes twice and beat him twice, beat him in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. Doesn't look like he's going to finish the season. Look, we never root for a player to get hurt. It doesn't matter how much we dislike him when he's wearing that uniform and we want to see them take big hits. That was one of those injuries that he didn't get hurt taking a hit. He just basically, hurt his knee or whatever the breaking point of his knee was, that it didn't look good. So, hey, Chiefs fans, if you're sitting there right now going, I bet Charger fans are celebrating you got hurt. Nobody celebrates when a player in this league gets hurt because we know it can come back around and get our guy too. Hey, that being said, the Chiefs are done. The Chiefs are eliminated. And I think there are a lot of people, just not Charger fans and not people who are fans of teams in the AFC West, but NFL fans that are so happy the Chiefs aren't going to be in the playoffs this year. We're tired of it. We're always been tired of it for a long time, for the fact that we thought the referees give these guys, calls that we don't think they deserve. The fact that Patrick Mahomes, everybody gushes over, and people that will say, I'm not even a football fan, but I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. I don't even know what the hell that means. That's just the most ridiculous thing going. But I hate when people say that too. And then at the same time, when the Chargers in the Chiefs season in KC, and did you notice how many empty seats there were there today? From beginning to end, people weren't showing up in KC. Don't tell me how great your fans are, and don't say you're as loud as Seattle and everything else. Dude, you guys embarrassed yourself. So don't sit there and point the finger at us at SoFi Stadium. All we know is right now you're looking up at us in 2025. We beat your ass twice.
Wasn't very long ago, and I think everybody in this chat remembers a time when the Chargers players were the ones that were getting hurt, were out physicaled by the Chiefs, were losing at home. I mean, everything that happened today were all the things that we've experienced as Charger fans against the Chiefs that we did back to them. The way that those fans and the players were whining about Tony Jefferson and other guys on the team, it made me happy, man. They just seemed like bitches. There's no other way I can put it other than that, man. They were just complaining the entire game that they were, the Chargers were being more physical than they were. The Tony Jefferson hit, I know a lot of people want to talk about it. I didn't think it was worthy of an ejection. Usually in college football, you see ejections for targeting. Did you think Tony's hit was worthy of an ejection?
No, there's things that have happened, and I don't want to do the move where it's because he's a Charger that I have something to say. I honestly, it's weird. Over the years, I can name 3 guys that I thought the NFL targeted on our side. I thought Rodney Harrison was punished unfairly. At that time, there were no rules as far as, going on and taking guys' heads off, basically, when Rodney Harrison played. But Rodney, Derwin James, remember, was suspended a game. I don't know what happens to Tony. I hope the NFL doesn't suspend him. We know there's a fine coming, and there are rules in place where the NFL gets concerned about anything above the shoulders, of contact being made. But you know what? You talk to NFL players, and they'll tell you over and over again, I'd much rather get hit in the head than have my knee blown out. And because you get every knee blown out, you're out for a year. You have a concussion, you're out a couple weeks. And so NFL players will say, man, if you're going to hit me, I'd rather you hit me high than hit me low. I don't know, man. We happen to know Tony for a long time. I don't think anything that Tony does as far as playing this game has ever been considered or dirty, where he has the reputation. That's a dirty player. He's not. And he made a tackle earlier in the game where basically perfect form, runs right through you. Look, I've never played safety or cornerback in the NFL or at any level. To be honest, I never played those positions. But man, what do they say? Play through the whistle, tackle through the guy, and at the same time, how many times do you see running backs and receivers just drop their head? Happens all the time. So it sets up in a way where it's easy to get a penalty. It sucked because Tony's played so well this year and last year, and people's like, this guy came out of coaching to play, and now here he is kicked out of, at the time, the biggest game of the year for us.
So I didn't think it was a dirty hit whatsoever. So he blew up Rashee Rice earlier, was awesome. One of the best hits this season. And of course, Rashee Rice gets in his face after he hits Thornton. So when Thornton catches the ball, he's going to the ground. And I thought the rule was if a player is going to the ground, it's hard to determine if it's a helmet-to-helmet hit because the player is just going for a lower tackle. And that's exactly the way that I saw it. I also saw Tony's shoulder hit his helmet first before his helmet. Once again, I don't think Tony is a dirty player, shouldn't have been ejected. But the way that the Chiefs players complain, like Tony shot the guy, I thought was incredible. Like Travis Kelce of all guys, what are you doing? Get in his face. Dude, why don't you just worry about catching the ball? The guy that had all the drops last week. I thought it was weak by the Chiefs. Of course, you expect the fans to boo because that's what they do. But for the players to act that way and Mahomes get on a knee and start praying, I was like, come on, man. You guys are blowing this way out of proportion.
Mario, what's up, guys? I mean, we sweep the Chiefs. Chiefs can lick a you-know-what. And, yeah, I thought that was a bullcrap situation, especially the play before where you have Juju Smith-Schuster, which I thought was a very dirty hit on Tony Jefferson. And the Chiefs made it seem like this was a revenge factor from that hit to the next play. Look, Thornton caught the ball. He got prepared for contact. Tony Jefferson was already en route to make the tackle. It wasn't dirty. It wasn't, something that was warranted or something that was planned by him before even the ball was snapped. In reality, Juju Smith-Schuster probably should have gotten the boot, but whatever. Chargers won. Chiefs are 0-2. They're out of the playoff picture, and the dream is almost here, Dave. We've swept the Raiders. We swept the Chiefs. Now all we have left is Bo Nix and those damn Broncos.
All right, who's the guy, by the way, in the Chiefs jacket that came off the bench to get involved when the whole thing with Tony Jefferson was going on? Like, isn't there a rule about coming off the bench? I know in the NBA there definitely is, but there's a guy literally with a big coat on trying to stay warm right in the middle of it all. No flag there. There's nothing like, hey, where the hell did this guy come from? If everybody leaves the bench, you have complete chaos. Was he the one wearing the jacket?
I don't know, but I know he's one that got
in
Tony's
Tony's face. If you watch it again,
face.
you'll see there's a guy wearing that big coat that guys are wearing when they're sitting on the bench trying to stay warm. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And by the way, is Patrick Mahomes, was he wearing Andy Reid's coat? Like, that coat looked big enough to cover a car. I don't know what the hell's going on that bench in KC. Either way, Casey, your season's almost over, so you can talk about what you're going to do next year. Guess what? It's a lot tougher to chase. You guys are on the downside. You are. And all you Chiefs fans that love to jump in here every time we play KC, I hope you stay for this whole show, because you can sit there and you say you can eat it this time. This is our opportunity. This is a new beginning here in the AFC West. And the Chiefs, you guys got there, you could start talking to the Raiders, because that's the direction you're going.
I think one of the best parts about this Chargers team is how many different ways they can hurt you offensively and defensively. Hampton and Vidal, two running backs that played well. Vidal, I don't think the numbers show how good I thought he played. He averaged 2.8 yards per carry, but it seemed like he was making room on his runs to find any little space he could. And then Hampton averaged 4.1 yards, 61 yards overall on 15 carries. Gadsden, he's back alive again. It wasn't that Gadsden fell off. I think Gadsden just wasn't getting tons of targets today. He gets 5 targets, catches 4 of them for 61 yards, the most on the team. Then Trey Harris steps up in QJ's absence. He has 3 catches for 49 yards, second most on the team. What did you guys think about the offense today? I don't think Greg Roman called a great game again, but the Chargers, found a way. 16 points usually is not good enough, but today it was.
I thought it was very obvious right away that they wanted to run and they wanted to make sure they dominated them in the trenches. And it felt like Roman thought they could. And I'm not saying they didn't not do that. Obviously, it wasn't like we didn't run for 200 rushing yards and it was a complete domination. But I did honestly enjoy the commitment to that. I enjoyed the commitment to let's get Hampton and Vidal going. And overall, it worked, man. It killed the clock. It helped Herbert out a little bit. But the biggest thing for me still in this whole game is that in Kansas City, against the team that's taken this division over and over again, that has owned us for years and years, our rookies stepped up. You said it, Josh. Gaston was back today. Harris made some great catches, dropped one, but doesn't matter. And then KLS, welcome to the show, damn it. He gets his touchdown on a very, very big play that gives the Chargers a touchdown. I think ultimately changed the course of this game. If they don't score that touchdown right before half, this is a completely different show. This is a completely different ball game, and the Chargers probably don't win. So he stepped up huge, and that makes me excited for the future. And to know that, hey, when Allen's done, which is probably around the corner, and what do we want to do with Quinn Johnson moving forward, we have guys that are ready to step up, Dave, and punch you in the goddamn mouth.
Dude, I'm telling you, the one play that I think everybody freaked out at, and if it would have worked, we would have said that play was awesome. But the one we all freaked out at was the one where Herbert threw the ball to Keenan Allen, and then he throws it back. And
my God.
God.
I think we all just panicked. I went, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I don't know what you guys were doing, but I was like, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. I mean, we dodged one there. I mean, that could have been really bad. That could have been 7 the other way. At the same time, if that play would have worked and we ran it all the way down the field for a touchdown, we would have said, man, Greg Roman, man, he's a hell of a genius, but that wasn't the case. I was looked at some of the comments in here. I'm not sure who just wrote it, but I agree with this. At the beginning of the game, I was a little concerned. I understood why you're establishing the run, but at the same time, the book on the Chargers is you got to blitz. You just do, right? We know this offensive line stinks. We have trouble picking up the blitz, especially if you blitz up the middle. Today, they did a much better job than they had, in previous weeks. But if you're facing this Charger team, you're like, dude, we got to make contact with Justin Herbert. We got to sit there and throw blitzes at the Chargers. Their offensive line's a joke. But, man, it took a little bit, but we figured it out. And honestly, that touchdown at the end of the first half with 5 seconds remaining in the first half was big. I mean, you might as well say that was the biggest momentum change in the whole game, because it looked like we weren't doing anything. It was very frustrating the way things were going. We give up 3 points, and then all of a sudden we turn around and we're able to score with 5 seconds remaining in the first half to give us that 7. That was big. It was really big. Greg Roman, I'm never going to say the guy's a genius. Quarterbacks get the reputation sometimes of being a game manager. Sometimes I think Greg Roman's a game manager or OC. That's just what he is.
That's a very good call. I mean, the way that he makes Justin Herbert puts him in these weird situations where it always seems like it's 3rd and long. Like Justin Herbert has to be a hero on every drive, multiple times per drive. That's just not a good sign of an OC. The Chargers are so predictable, Mario, on 2nd and 5 that they're going to run it. Like everybody knows what's going to happen. It's not going to be a creative run. It's going to be a handoff to the left. He's going to get stuffed, and then you're going to have 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. It happens all the time. There's nothing Greg Roman can do moving forward that is going to make me say, wow, this guy's a genius, because it's past that point. The Keenan Allen play was unbelievable. Unbelievable for 2 reasons. One, you threw the ball right out of field goal range. You were going to kick a field goal. And then 2, why are you even running that play? If you're going to get 3 points, let's just get the 3 points. Let's not be stupid here. That's not the time you do that play. It was dumb. It was a completely dumb play all the way around. Greg Roman, to me, is on his last leg with the Chargers. Even if the Chargers end up winning a playoff game, you got to move forward from Greg Roman.
Was Hampton even in the right spot too? It seemed like he was too far back. Like I saw him go, dude, that was like, maybe like
10 yards back.
Yeah, he's like back at the line of scrimmage. Made no sense. Yeah, that play was horrendous. I will give Roman this, guys. I thought early the motion that they had with the extra lineman, I didn't mind that. Like I thought that was actually pretty smart due to the injuries that we have. But obviously throughout the game, it's just so predictable what's going to happen. And again, it didn't really happen today. How are we going to free up Ladd? What is the answer to that? Because we weren't able to do that against Kansas City. That was down one of their best corners. So we need him moving forward, especially when we have faced pass rushes that are a little bit better than the Chiefs one.
Man, I don't know, man, what you do with the Ladd. I mean, I have so many question marks right now with the Ladd. I mean, the 2 wide receivers this year that I haven't been able to figure out. Like I thought Ladd was going to jump off that rookie season and take the next step towards his career of just being a dominating player in this league. And I'm not sure if it's Ladd or if it's the offense or the defense against Ladd. But you know what, man, there are a lot of stud wide receivers that they know defenses are focusing on them every single week, and they find a way to get open. Right. And with Ladd, not only finding a way to get open, but holding on the ball when it's thrown to you. It's been a disappointing year from what we thought we were going to see with Ladd. Right. The other receiver, by the way, for college football fans, Ryan Williams from Alabama. I'll just say that. We'll stop right there. I don't know what the hell's going on. But with Ladd, who's a guy that we obviously care about on this Charger team, I don't know what to say. Trey Harris had a drop ball today, which was unusual, because one thing we said about Trey, when he gets an opportunity, he catches every single ball. I was glad to see Trey Harris in the game. I know a lot of people right before the game were shocked to hear that QJ wasn't playing. I was kind of surprised. Either I didn't do my homework on it, or his last minute to everybody else on why QJ wasn't playing, but that was fine. I just said KLS scored a touchdown. That was big, right? And we've been waiting for him to do something all year long, get an opportunity, and he absolutely did. And so if you have the weapons every which direction, how do you stop this Charger team? If I'm a defensive coordinator going forward, I'm like, the idea is you got to put pressure on the offensive line on Justin Herbert, but otherwise they can attack you with 6-7 different players on that offensive side of the ball, which is more than most. Most teams can't do that. And so for me, guys, I'm not saying that Ladd has to come through for this team to advance. I think we have other weapons that can sit there and come through if it's not Ladd's day.
I agree with you. I think the Chargers can win without Ladd having a great game, but I am concerned that Ladd is not producing. I mean, because he is supposed to be your top receiver. This year, he has 6 games with 50 yards or more. The last time he had 50 yards was against Steelers in Week 10. Last year, he had 11 games with 50 yards or more. 12 games if you count the playoff game against the Texans. I would like to see Ladd be more involved in the game plan. I don't know if that's a Greg Roman thing, if that's a Justin Herbert thing. It seems like Justin Herbert really is looking for the guy that is going to be most open, depending on what coverage they're running, like KLS, right? If you're going to go to the guy that you're expecting to get open and catch the ball, KLS would have probably been your last option because the guy doesn't play much. But Justin Herbert says, no, I'm going to read the defense. I'm going to throw it to the guy that deserves the ball, and KLS made the play. I think Trey Harris at this point looks like wide receiver 2 when he's in the game. It seems like he's getting tons of targets when he's on the field. And that one drop was uncharacteristic because he's shown that he can catch the ball. I'm still high on Trey Harris. And I wasn't down about QJ not playing today, Mario. I said, if QJ's not going to play, whatever, right? That's another opportunity for Trey Harris to prove his worth. And I thought he had a pretty good game overall.
I did too. I also thought guys that stepped up defensively were our linebackers today and our pass rush. The Chiefs had altogether 49 yards on the ground today. That's awful. I thought we did a great job of also containing Mahomes, not letting him extend plays. The play that obviously comes to my mind right away is the Tony Jefferson dropping back in coverage and then coming sprinting down and making sure that Mahomes can get an extra yard when they're in the red zone. That was something that really hurt us in the first matchup, and we talked about it, Dave, that we don't want that to happen again, and it didn't. And the defense was everywhere, and for a team that's gotten kind of owned up front and against Philly, got kind of rocked up front, I thought they really answered the bell and more and stopping the run and not letting this Kansas City offense get going at all. I mean, 13 points, let's go.
13 points, again, shut them out in the second half. Again, defense stepped up big. That one Tony Jefferson play you spoke about, the announcers made a comment about as well. That's what you call a football play, right? That's instinct, right? It's not one of those that you practice. It's one of those, what are you as a football player? What's your football IQ? It's one of those plays Derwin James makes. Derwin James is that kind of player. But there's so many guys that are stuck in, this is my responsibility. Well, he had to break responsibility in that situation and leave. I mean, it's a gamble, right? When you're sitting there sprinting up out of your position at safety and you're going after to try and stop the ball, you kind of wonder what's behind me, right? You're supposed to be the last line of defense, but you're leaving that line of defense to go ahead and make that play, and it was the right play. It was, by the way, people love to complain about broadcasters. I didn't like the broadcasting pairing. I was kind of disappointed as a Charger fan. Not saying you got to get someone that used to play for the Chargers, but man, when it's Trent Green, who's a former Chief. I understand Trent Green was with the Chargers for a cup of coffee. He's not a Charger. He's a Chief. And then you got Kevin Harlan, who lives in KC. Like, what the hell's going on here? How do they get basically two Chiefs guys doing the game? Well, it was a bad matchup. It was one of those that's absolutely ridiculous. I've said it before, and I've said this all season long because so many people have complained about the Chiefs, and everyone saw that meme last year where Patrick Mahomes is exchanging jerseys with the referee. Dude, the Chiefs aren't getting the same referee calls this year. They aren't. There's so many times the Chiefs, you just go, what the hell's going on? When we got the call on Chris Jones being in the neutral zone, I was surprised we got that.
It was the right call, though.
It was
Could have
the
called
right
it like
call.
3 more times to
100%, Mario. You're right.
Yeah.
God dang, his big head was right over the top. Who's playing nose tackle? Jack in a Box? I mean, his goddamn big head's right there. So you sit there and you go throw it. And the thing is, Harbaugh was on top of it. You know, he was on top of it. We're on top of it and going, what the hell's going on? But you know what? In the past, that stuff wasn't called for Casey. It wasn't called against them to basically punish them. I hate to say it, Casey's been refereed like the rest of this league. I don't hate to say it at all. It's about damn time.
Crazy thing, so the Chiefs, like, one thing I don't understand are just numbnuts things that they're doing. Like, you're not even thinking. So Chris Jones is completely in the neutral zone. They call a timeout. I'm sure somebody on the Chargers, maybe Jim Harbaugh, tells the referee, hey, for this next play right here, let's see if number 95's head is over the ball. The referee says, okay, I'll look for it. They do it again. Like, how does nobody on the Chiefs tell him after the timeout, dude, you were completely over the ball with your helmet? It was one of the dumbest things ever. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm freaking out. Obviously, the Cam Hart play at the beginning of the game where he bear hugs the receiver, they don't call the PI. We got away with one. Not feeling bad for the Chiefs, though. I mean, the Chiefs have dealt with this forever, of being on the other side of this. I don't feel bad for them. Henley's interception was massive right near the goal line. You got Derwin at the end of the game with the interception. You need your best players to play like your best players, and our edge rushers play like our best players. I mean, all three guys had a sack today. Tooley had 2 sacks. Double O had 2 sacks. Mack had a sack. Mack seemed like he was in the backfield almost every play. He was phenomenal. When those guys are getting after the quarterback and making the plays, it's going to be extremely tough for any team to get any yards. I mean, they were under duress the entire time. I know they're without our tackles, but so are we. So when Patrick Mahomes doesn't have any time to throw, that's the result that you get.
Take advantage of the biggest weakness. That was, and we did. I can't stress this enough. The move of Joe making by getting Double O in the middle of the season, such one of his best decisions he's ever made. And we, crap on the guy for not making the best trades, best signings. But that, to me, by far, Dave, is the number one best thing he's done outside of his draft picks. Obviously, his draft picks been incredible. But week after week, we see this guy show up and be better than anyone. And that's monstrous. And Jesse Minter, please stay in LA. You do not need that Michigan job.
All right, a couple of moves, man. As you know, we say, hey, look, Joe Ortiz is really good at the draft, but what about some of the other stuff? He's made some moves, right? I mean, there's some things that we're happy with. I mean, we're all excited about Tart. I mean, guys played well the whole year, right? And he's going fantastic. Look, Sawyer played great. You sit and going, if you can add these guys with our normal tackles and have those guys maybe move in, maybe our offensive line's not completely terrible, looking forward to years to come. I don't know what you do. I'm kind of curious what they do even with Rashawn Slater, and that's for another show. But the injury is supposed to be a big, devastating injury. Like, what does he come back with? You're paying the guy a ton of money. Talking about today, and I'm telling you, it's one of those things. We said it to you on Monday night that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to feel great. It's awesome when you can keep this thing going for weeks, right? Your team keeps winning, but you're winning important games. The Eagles game was a big game, national TV, overtime game. To sweep the Chiefs, man, that right there should get you right through Christmas. Absolutely outstanding. You're going to have a big game against the Cowboys. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do, not playing on prime time. God dang, they play on prime time every single week. This is going to be the first game, the one against the Chargers, where it's a normal game. I mean, even the Cowboys, after playing 2 Thursdays in a row, they're playing Sunday night. What the F's going on? Team has a losing record. But we're going to go to Dallas and kick their ass too. That's where this team's at right now. You keep it going, right? Who has it better than us? Nobody. And Mario, just like you said, when they take on the Broncos at the end, we want a perfect AFC West record. We have one more game to go inside this AFC West, and we want to finish perfect. Can you imagine winning the division in Denver?
It'd be amazing. And sweeping the division would be amazing. Tony Jefferson, one thing that I like about Tony Mario is he brings a different element to the team. Derwin James, we're used to him knocking guys' heads off, but it seemed like for the longest time, he'd be the only guy that was in on every play, always around the ball. Derwin, he's number 3, is always around the ball. Tony Jefferson, for a guy that was a scout 2 years ago, it seems like Tony's in on every play. I love when we have 2 safeties that are always around the ball. Gilman was one of those guys that would show up for one game, disappear another. I like what we have on the backside of the defense. I like the way the linebackers are playing. I wish Henley had some more tackles, but I think he'll pick it up. And then Deshaun Hand, man, what a signing he was. He had 2 more tackles for loss today. The Chargers defense was just awesome all the way around. I am concerned, obviously, about the offensive line, even with Sawyer at left tackle, which is a step up from what we had before. Justin Herbert was hit 12 more times today. I don't know if that's sustainable, man. I mean, how long can Justin Herbert take these hits before he becomes broken? Right? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he can keep doing it.
Did anyone else get really angry when he got hit and Bozeman, whatever, get out of my head, was also on the ground with him? I don't know why that sent me through hell.
I think
the one where he threw his hands up.
Yeah, I think he got hit. I think he got hit low. I think that's why he threw his hands up. I was trying to go back and see that, but I couldn't get a camera angle to see what happened there. But it seemed like they were saying you can't hit an offensive lineman low. I think that's why he was freaking out. I think he got hit illegally. That's why he was upset. I don't know, man, about Justin Herbert. We've been saying it all year long. I mean, mark it on your calendar. It's December 27th. We've been worried about it for a long time. When they take on the Texans, we're like, the Texans don't mess around. I mean, that is the scariest defensive line going to do some serious damage on Justin Herbert. You got to keep him healthy through that game because you have to have him during the postseason. You have to.
You have to. You absolutely have to. We have tons of comments in the chat. We're going to power through them right here. First one comes from
real quick before you read that one. People asking what cigar am I smoking? This is Arturo Fuente. By the way, how do we not have a cigar sponsor? God dang it! I was just thinking that. How have we not gotten that yet? I know. I'm literally taking years off my life right in front of all of you just to celebrate. I mean, God dang, I'll keep smoking, but somebody has to pay.
Alexis Gaxiola, $5 says, also shout out to KLS. Second catch was a touchdown. I'm off to work now. Dude, what somebody falls down, somebody steps up, right? I mean, Joe Ortiz, the last 2 drafts, money, an A on both drafts. A last year and A this year. KLS, super happy for him.
I'm just happy we know. Go ahead, Dave.
No, me too. I'm just going to say me too, man. I'm very happy for him. I'm glad to see that these rookies are getting a chance to contribute.
Underrated hard catch that he made on that touchdown. Another underrated one by a rookie was Gaston's when Herbert threw it to him. I believe it was like inside the 10 probably, but it was the most duck of a duck ball. You know what I'm talking about? Like it literally looked like he just went like that with it, and Gaston got it. I was like, dude, people don't realize how hard of a catch that actually is.
100%. And then Trent Green's like, it looks like he threw a kickoff to Gadsden. It kind of did. It was impressive they got it all the way over there. AK 999 says, "Did you see the first sack by Owe? Oh my God, how did this bitch hold on to the ball? Whose house is the Chargers' house? I love you, Herbie. Heart of a lion. Let's go. We are on to Jerry's world."
Good. I
They're
mean,
on
Owe is
Jerry's
awesome.
world.
absolutely right. All right, AK. Since you're on the show right now, I'm going to issue my apology to AK. All right, Mario, I'm not sure you're aware of this, but I said I'd issue a public apology. Last show, I heard AK's feelings. I made a comment about Phillip Rivers, and I really wasn't taking a shot at AK. AK, I apologize if I hurt your feelings. Obviously, I did, because you wrote to me and you wrote to Josh multiple times. So publicly apologizing to you, did not mean to hurt your feelings. Appreciate you being part of the show.
Thank you, Dave. Blue Silk 499
Gone
says,
soft.
let's sweep the division. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when was the last time the Chargers swept the AFC West? Was I even alive? I can't remember the last time. Was those the LT Rivers days?
Someone's gonna have it for it has to be the LT days. Someone's gonna have it for you right in the chat right away.
Yeah, somebody please tell me.
Look it up.
Kelvin Gaddis, $20, says, "A lot to be happy about today, boys. But Roman and Bozeman are giving each other QJs on the way to the bank to cash their checks. Bless this defense. They just beat last year's Super Bowl teams back to back." Dude, thank you for mentioning that. The Chargers did just beat last year's Super Bowl matchup. I thought going into the Chiefs game and the Eagles game, if they can come out 1-1, it'd be a big deal for us. You can't go 0-2. They end up going 2-0. Unbelievable, man. The defense has not looked better than they do right now.
The Chargers last swept the AFC West in 2009.
2009?
2009.
2009.
A long time. You know what Chiefs fans are doing tomorrow if they haven't started already? Right now they're drinking and they're cussing a lot. But you know what they're doing tomorrow morning?
Shoveling
Looking
snow.
at mock drafts.
draft.
Have fun
Yeah.
picking 16 or 17, a-holes.
Aloha Patriot 78 199 says, "Go Chargers. Happy Hanukkah Eve. Love you guys." Love you too.
There you go. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Amy O 499 says, "Ding dong, the Chiefs are done. Nah, 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 nah. Goodbye. Bolt the F up. How about that?" Dude, I love when the Chargers win, Mario, because it's the best thing ever. The Chiefs losing to the Chargers is the second best thing ever, right? Beating the Broncos is great. Beating the Raiders is great. But beating the Chiefs is the greatest, right? Out of every team in the league.
In Arrowhead. Even
Arrowhead.
better.
Nothing better than that.
Home of the Chiefs. Kiss my ass.
Xenophobic.
Hey, disrespectful. I thought that's supposed to be the heartland of America, right? The Midwest.
Yeah, it is disrespectful.
It's disrespectful to the flag. Let's go. What are we doing here?
As someone that's grew up in the Midwest and Midwest kid, we don't accept Kansas City.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Xenophobic, $100. Wow. Thank you. Says,
Love it.
"Happy holidays,
Wow.
guys. The Chiefs are finished. Chargers took them out hard. Derwin took out Kelsey. We took out half their team. Jefferson wasn't targeting." Dude, didn't it seem like every 5 minutes there was another Chiefs player on the ground, and like their best players, right? Nick Bolton got hurt twice. Chris Jones got hurt. Tranquil got hurt at one point. Mahomes gets hurt. Like, all right, whatever.
Dude, their trainer was on the field just as much as their punter. You know, like just... But thank you, Zen.
Thank you very much. And you know what? Have you guys noticed this about trainers, which I haven't seen before, unless it's been a serious injury in the past? I think the NFL has told guys in the NFL, if an injury happens near your sideline, whatever trainer is closest, go out there. It doesn't matter the team. Do you notice the Charger guys went out there for the Chiefs guys? The Chiefs guys go out there for the Charger guys. You see it in multiple NFL games. I always wonder why they didn't do that before, you know, where you're making a guy run 55 yards to a player that might be injured. You just don't know, but you're starting to see a difference. I just find it curious. To me, it should have been done years ago, that all these guys they're all part of the same group. I mean, they go to the same functions and they meet and how to sit there and basically attend to players best, that you think it would be kind of a common courtesy. It's not like you're wearing a Charger jersey and you go, F that guy, I'm not touching that player. But you've seen it more and more. The NFL trainers, it doesn't matter, as long as the injury is near you, you go out there and you attend to that player.
That's the way it should be. And by the way, it's 2006 was the last time the Chargers went undefeated in the AFC West. 2006. I was sixth grade. Wait. Yeah, sixth grade. That's insane. All right. Aaron Russell, 999, says, was so scared for some reason of the first and second quarter. I almost thought it was over for us. Love how we battled back. Herbert, Derwin, and Tony Jefferson deserve a QJ after this one. True leadership. QJ's all around for everyone.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, I felt just like Aaron, though. The first half, I was really nervous, like it's not our day. Now, I wasn't thinking the 10 o'clock in the morning deal, just thinking it's KC. You know, we ask the bet in KC all the time. This is just another example. We aren't ready to play. We aren't going to put back-to-back good games together and pull wins out. But honestly, we didn't get that touchdown at the end of the first half. It would have been tough in the third quarter to sit there and even watch, going, we don't have a chance today. I felt the same way, Aaron. It's what this goddamn franchise has done to all of us. We all have PTSD. Damn it.
If you're giving a team MVP, take away the quarterback. I think my first two guys would be Tooley and Cameron Dicker. I mean, for God's sakes, like these guys show up to play every game, right? Those are the two MVPs of the team besides Herbert. Dicker is insane. Insane. Yeah. Like it's dude, the wind, both hashes, doesn't matter, automatic.
Dude, I'm afraid.
Who would you guys give the MVP today to? I'd say Tony Jefferson.
My play of the game was Henley's interception. Like when he did it, I was like, dude, I didn't even know you had it in you. I mean, honestly, God, it was a great catch. It was a great catch.
That's a great question. Tony would be up there for sure. I'd probably go Derwin, game-sealing interception. He also led the team in tackles, 2 pass deflections. But I don't hate Tony Jefferson. Then you have the edge rushers who combined for 5 sacks. I mean, defensive player for sure, or Cameron Dicker. Anthony Aguino, 199, says, best Bolt pot around. F the Chiefs. Tony Jefferson is a dog.
I love everything you just wrote. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said right here. By the way, I'm gonna announce something. Mario's not even aware of what I'm gonna announce right now. Okay, Mario, you tell me what you think. You might go, that was a horrible idea. I think it's a great idea. Okay, I thought my greatest idea ever was the Quentin Jammer challenge that Mario's gonna.
It is your greatest idea ever.
That is your greatest idea. I can't wait for that.
So on Thursday, we're gonna do a Quentin Jammer challenge. We got to find you a Quentin Jammer shirt to do it in, jersey to do it in.
Oh, absolutely. We actually get him to drink with me. Oh, he's sober.
Yeah, he might be recovering.
Yeah,
but I don't think he would appreciate this challenge, but we're going to do it anyway because I think it's genius. We're going to put Mario in a goddamn Quentin Jammer jersey. We're going to throw footballs at him. Then we're going to have him do a shot or drink a beer every 15 minutes until we realize how many does it take to not be able to catch anymore. Because Quentin Jammer, he might as well said that he drank his entire career. The guy had skillet hands. He had the worst hands I've ever seen from a cornerback. He couldn't catch anything. Lucky to catch a cold. But at the same time, let's see what Mario can do. We're going to end up doing the Quentin Jammer challenge when we have an opportunity to do this thing. I'm tempted to get on a goddamn airplane just to do it, Mario. Like Josh and I just fly out and knock it out all weekend, film this thing.
It would be funny if I hit a point where I get so drunk, I'm sober again. I go from you guys don't know, but yeah, I got this. Yeah.
Dude, if that's the case, we're gonna make you take the SAT again. We're going straight to find someone's gonna issue the SAT. All right, here's the idea, Mario. Here's the second idea. Okay. When the season's over, the week after the season's over, which is after the Chargers win the Super Bowl in San Francisco in February, we're gonna announce our first ever Bolt Crew Podcast Hall of Fame. 5 members are going in.
Okay, I like this. This. Yeah.
So 5 of the people that are involved in this show in the chat, people that support the show, we're doing our first Hall of Fame class.
I like this. I think it's a great idea. I can create a graphic for it and everything.
Okay,
insane idea. Yeah, so good. Dave's on fire this week.
I'm on fire. I'm crazy dumb.
AK199 says Packers need this game. Don't fool yourselves. Yeah, absolutely. This is a great game. I think all of us are watching this Packers-Broncos game.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is, for me, my favorite week of the NFL. I don't know right now. I have 2 TVs going in front of me right now. I got Phillip Rivers right now on the TV in front of me. It's 3-3 in the second quarter. He doesn't look terrible. Looks better than goddamn Gardner Minshew or Kenny Pickett, for Christ's sakes. But then I got the Rams-Lions, and I got to get to the Packers-Broncos as soon as we're done with this. Man, there's so many good games. Plus, I got to catch the Cowboys-Vikes tonight. There's dude, the NFL is fantastic.
Thank the Lord. We have
unless you're Bengals or Browns fan.
JJ McCarthy tonight, if he's even playing.
Goodago 499 says Chiefs fans getting mad about every little thing was music to my ears. Also calling a timeout after that touchdown was questionable call by Harbaugh. Yes. I know the touchdowns are reviewed, and I think it was already accepted by the booth that it was a KLS touchdown, but why would you call a timeout after that? Like, just kick the ball. Let's get the points. Like, I didn't understand that at all. And it was like, didn't we have the guys lined up already and he made the kick, but we called a timeout? It was weird.
Didn't get that one. Sometimes
Yeah,
Harbaugh has like an aneurysm, and you're like, "What was that?" You know?
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
I do like that Harbaugh hat, dude. I got to get that hat.
You like that one?
I like that navy blue hat.
It is a cool hat.
Logo. It's pretty sweet.
AK 499 says, "What a year by Thule. Ortiz got his hands full with contracts. Me and Uncle Dave are nervous because this man doesn't know how to use his money." Well, he needs to do a little bit better in free agency. I think he did. If I had to give him a free agency grade, thanks for asking, I'd probably give him a D or C minus from last year. I expect him to bring in more players during free agency that are going to make an impact. It seemed like he swung and missed a little too much last year.
I don't think he swung at all. Guy looks like he put all his cap money into crypto. What the heck?
He did bring in players that he did bring in a lot of guys. I don't know how many contributed, maybe like 5 or 6. Everybody else kind of fell on the wayside.
Would you say his biggest signing was probably Najee Harris? He's out for the year.
Yeah, they went in the backyard and celebrated the fireworks. It wasn't a good idea at all. Yeah, it was a waste.
And then Keenan's probably second to that, but it wasn't until later on when like his hand was forced before he signed Mike Williams before that, and that bombed.
That's true. The best signing was Dante Jackson, right?
Yeah. Dante was great.
Yeah. Andre Amazon 199 says Thule huge. We had 4 huge hits on defense. 6-1 close game. Close. What does that mean? Close game, close GM. What am I saying? What is that?
I don't know what 6-1 means either.
Explain, please. I don't know. Mike G $2 says, "Think the media will respect us now?" No. Next question. No. We're gonna have Nick Wright on TV tomorrow talking about how the Chiefs losing, not the Chargers winning.
I was about to say, if I'm putting a rundown together tomorrow, my question from this game is still going to be: is the kingdom over? Like, is it done?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. You're right.
Yeah.
Is the kingdom closed? You're right. It's going to be all about the Chiefs, not about the Chargers.
And then Ramon Leon 199 says Nick Wrong will be crying on Monday.
That's good. Good.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, he will. I don't know what the hell. That guy's had a crazy week. Fighting Pablo Torre. A lot of things going on there.
Yeah, he's like in all the beefs lately.
Guy's had a tough week.
If you're anyone, by the way, how about not fight the guy that's an investigative journalist that can get to any information? Let's stay clear.
Right? Dude, I'm with you on that. That's all the guy does.
Okay, Chargers are 6-1 in 1-score games.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That was the stat. Thank you for clarifying. Loeb Rose, $2 says, "Nice show as always. Also, Dave's no BS attitude."
I hate to say it. That's where I'm at in life right now. It's just what I am. I'm the biggest don't give a rat's ass. I have no time for any BS at all. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. People say to me all the time, "How come you act like you don't care?" I just don't care about things that don't interest me quickly. If I'm passionate about something like Charger football, 100%. If I think you're full of garbage, I'll say it too. And I'm that point. I think a lot of things in the NFL. Mario just brought up the point that should irritate all of us. We knocked off the goddamn Eagles and Chiefs this week. Yet we aren't going to get any credit for 2 weeks. Only Charger fans know. Only Charger fans know how well this team's playing.
Okay, people are saying 2006 is not the last time. 2009 is not the last. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you guys to help us. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm lost. You tell me when the Chargers went undefeated in the AFC West last. Help me.
AI told me 09. I don't have enough time to do this research because my internet connection is very, very shaky right now.
Andre Iguodala?
Who?
All right, hey, I got breaking news for you, Mario. Michael Bandy touchdown. I'm not even
First
kidding.
son. That's so hype.
Dude,
God, that
but he's
makes me happy. What a
he's on the
legend.
Broncos. That's what sucks. You got
Mario,
him into it.
I gotta ask you straight up. Mario again does the show from Chicago. Dude, how cold is it right now? Are you dying?
Dude, it's pretty bad.
Like it's in the
pretty bad.
bones, right?
I think it's feels like I think it was like -11.
That's what they were saying. -11.
Yeah.
And people sit there and go, once it's 0, it's not a big deal. Dude, it's a difference from 0 to -11. I'm telling you, I've been in it, dude. I know what you're talking about. Dude, there's a big
Yeah.
difference from 10 degrees to -11.
I was just meeting my friends out, and for the sole reason it was going to be like a long walk because the lifts were insane yesterday. And I literally took 3 shots of whiskey, not to feel anything, to feel nothing. Like to have that much more of like a liquor coat. It's like I just need something to ease me as I go into the wind.
All right, we got a couple more comments here. Kobe Elnika, don't try to get me like that again. $20. Thank you. Eddie Olvera, 199, said thoughts on our run game. I like our run game. I think run game's good. I think the Chargers' offensive line is so much better at run blocking than they do pass blocking. The problem is Greg Roman run scheme kind of sucks sometimes. He just runs it right up the middle with a 5'7" Kamani Vidal. I don't understand the thought process behind that one. But overall, I do like our run game.
Chiefs aren't a bad run defense either.
No,
by the way, like that's a physical front.
And every offensive lineman loves to run block. Pass blocking is their least favorite thing because you got to take a step backwards. Every offensive lineman loves to run block because it's your strength against my strength.
AK 499 says, Josh, I told you, Madison Beer took Brittany Mahomes out for dinner Saturday night. Patrick was distracted. Ha! Both took advantage of it and they won. So AK knows Madison Beer on a personal level. Thank you, AK, for that inside information. I appreciate it.
Dude, it's not even the same class. Those two, right? Not even the same class. Please.
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We won twice today if I'm Justin Herbert. I'm like, I know what's over there.
Be honest, if you saw those two people at table at dinner, would you be able to point them out? Like, would you be able to say that's Madison Beer and Brittany Mahomes?
Oh, yeah. I would recognize both of them, but I'm not talking. Dude, not talking to Brittany Mahomes at all. Dude, she's a lot of work, dude.
No, but I wouldn't be able to point them out. Like, if you said it, that's them. I'd be like, oh. But, like, at first glance, I would be like, oh, it's just two people having dinner.
Oh, no. I hate to say it. When you talk about no BS, I'm interested. Yeah, no. I'm Madison Beer, yes. Brittany Mahomes, I'll buy you an Uber, take you back to that trailer you came from.
Labro, $2 says, from Thunder Bay, Ontario, it was -20 last winter. Holy hell.
Woo.
Yeah, it's about 65, 70 degrees in San Diego right now.
Literally have the door open. I'm wearing shorts right now. Sorry.
Got a heater on.
Dude. Yeah.
Dude,
okay, here's a question. Here you go. This is a good Mario question. Dude, what do you do when you pick up a girl in a bar? You're single, okay? How long does it take for you to come back to like normal Mario? Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to warm up, dude, right?
You do got to warm up. No, it's a good question.
It can't be the first show of the day. Like you're like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to warm up somewhere.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but it's not like they're going to be that surprised anyways. You know what I mean? You're not going to get an anaconda coming at you, Maybe a number 2 pencil.
I'm just saying that -11 is not going to help you, dude. That's for sure.
Not wrong.
All right, I'm good with the comments. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, dude, I'm having a good day, man. That's all I'm saying. A good week. Think about it. We get to enjoy this all the way through the Dallas game. I hate the Cowboys. Just to start things off on Tuesday's show, I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Always hated the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the America's team thing. Dallas is an overrated city. It's goddamn ridiculous. And nobody loves themselves more than the people from Texas, which is insane. Like the state offers nothing. Anyone who's ever driven cross country, half the state's the biggest goddamn waste of time anyway, right? When you're driving from New Mexico through Texas, you're like, good God, am I going to see anything outside of a gas station? Because it just goes on and on and on. It takes all day, and there's nothing to see.
Yeah.
I mean, if
The
you're ever going to
unprompted roast of
do it in Texas, you aren't going to hit a damn thing for about 8 hours.
Yeah, the unprompted roast of every city or state of our opponent that we do every week is just awesome. By you, by the way, specifically.
Yeah. Honestly,
You've dissed every city and state we've played. The Chargers
literally every single one.
I didn't even realize I do it, but you're right, I do. Yeah, F Texas.
I'll give you credit when people say like, "I'm from America." They go, "No, I'm from Texas." And you're like, okay,
yeah.
Whoa.
Here's the best. You ever talk to someone and says, I'm moving, and where are you moving? I'm moving to Texas. What part? Right outside of Dallas. Everybody, for Christ's sakes, is moving right outside Dallas. And the dumbest thing ever is everything's bigger in Texas, including the assholes, I guess, because I can't stand any of the people in Texas. Sorry.
That was pretty
I'm
good.
not sorry at all, dude. I've always hated that state. I hate Dallas more than anybody. The Cowboys are a goddamn joke.
Damn
What happened
right.
here? You guys just going to bypass Chicago, New York, and LA? Please.
Isn't
right,
Austin supposed to be sick now?
Austin's
it's
cool. I've
fine.
been Austin.
Yeah, it's still 100 million degrees down there. You know, it's still going to burn up. And
Robert
Matthew
Mesmer.
McConaughey, a little too much. Jesus, anybody
Yeah.
dig himself more than Matthew McConaughey? God dang, man. How many mirrors does this guy have in his freaking house?
Robert Amezcua, $4.99. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Everyone's extremely generous. Big up.
Thank
By the
you.
way, as I mentioned
Yeah.
before, the Hall of Fame class we're going to announce in February, we will address you as Hall of Famer. Whoever gets in from now on, you're addressed as Hall of Famer so-and-so. That's it.
Yeah.
Title's not going to go away.
I
Boom.
agree.
Unless you
I
get
think Robert
arrested
meant to put
for
this with
horrendous,
his $4.99.
horrendous, headline, then we're probably going to have to take you out.
Yeah, if you get caught up in something, we got to take you out
Yeah.
of Hall of Fame. Robert meant to put this with his money. He said, let's effing go. Been listening for 2 years. Love the pod. Swept Kansas City. Gotta love it. Let's stay healthy and let's get those Broncos. Absolutely. Yeah. 10 wins.
Let's get
man.
them.
Super hyped about this.
Isn't it crazy that in the NFC, there's a chance that you could have 10 or 11 wins and still not make the playoffs?
Crazy. It's
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, again, I think that this AFC is there for the taking for this team. We can do anything in the postseason. I'm really curious to see what happens on the 27th when they take on the Texans, because the Texans are playing as good a football as anybody. Kind of crazy the Texans and Jags are playing really good football, but it's the Texans defensive line is scary. I don't think a lot of people are scared of Stroud. You know, I think people say he's taken a step back since his rookie season. But man, the Texans are a team. Obviously, it's going to be tough. That game on the 27th is going to be a big game. But man, the Chargers can get to the Super Bowl. They can. Saw the Patriots lose at home with the giant lead today. The Patriots look like a bunch of phonies.
They do. All right. I'm good. You guys good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, that
Go
was
Bulls.
fun. All right. Yeah, that was exciting, man. Big win right there. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. I know a lot of people are going to be running to see how Phillip Rivers is doing. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll talk a little about Rivers on Tuesday as well. Also, most importantly, getting ready for the big game against the Cowboys. But, man, enjoy this stretch. This is a great stretch of Charger football. Our boys are playing really well, even though we're the only ones that know about it. Again, if you did not get to the show live, you can leave comments in the YouTube comments or chat. We'll respond to those, but appreciate everybody who joined us again today after the game. For Mario Heron, Josh Pele, I'm Dave Pele. We'll catch you Tuesday, 1 o'clock Pacific time, everybody.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, hey. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.